Hi! Have a great day everyone! This is Teacher Gerald and welcome to Plant Kingdom! For today's lesson, we will be learning about photosynthesis, or basically we define as the process by which green plants and some other organisms use sunlight to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Photosynthesis in plants generally involves the green pigment chlorophyll and generates the air we inhale or the oxygen as a byproduct. And to better understand the concept, sit back, learn, and enjoy the video. But before we proceed, it is important to know the chloroplast. The chloroplast, it is an elongated organelle enclosed by phospholipid membrane. The chloroplast is shaped like a disc, and the stroma is the fluid within the chloroplast that comprises a circular DNA. Each chloroplast contains a green-colored pigment called chlorophyll required for the process of photosynthesis. The chlorophyll absorbs light energy from the sun and uses it to transform carbon dioxide and water into glucose. Most life on Earth depends on photosynthesis. The process is carried out by the plants, algae, and some types of bacteria, which captures energy from sunlight to produce oxygen. And the chemical energy is stored as a glucose or a sugar. Herbivores then obtain this energy by eating plants, and carnivores obtain it by eating herbivores. During the photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and water from the air and soil. Within the plant cell, the water is oxidized, meaning it loses electrons, while the carbon dioxide is reduced, meaning it gains electrons. Inside the plant cells are small organelles called chloroplasts, which stores the energy of sunlight. Within the thylakoid membranes of the chloroplast is a light-absorbing pigment called chlorophyll, which is responsible for giving the plant its green color. During the photosynthesis, chlorophyll absorbs energy from blue and red light waves and reflects green light waves, making the plant appear green. While there are many steps behind the process of photosynthesis, it can be broken down into two major stages. First, light-dependent reactions. Second, light-independent reactions. The light-dependent reactions takes place within the thylakoid membrane and requires a steady stream of sunlight, hence the name light-dependent reaction. The chlorophyll absorbs energy from the light waves, which is converted into chemical energy in the form of molecules called adenosine triphosphate or ATP and NADPH. The light-independent stage is also known as Calvin cycle, takes place in the stroma. The space between the thylakoid membranes and the chloroplast membranes does not require light, hence the name light-independent reactions. During this stage, energy from the ATP and NADPH molecules is used to assemble carbohydrate molecules, like glucose from carbon dioxide. Did you know that not all forms of photosynthesis are equally created? However, there are different types of photosynthesis, including C3 photosynthesis and C4 photosynthesis. C3 photosynthesis is used majority by plants. It involves producing 3-carbon compound called 3-phosphoglyceric acid during the Calvin cycle, which goes on to become glucose. On the other hand, C4 photosynthesis produces 4-carbon intermediate compound, which splits into carbon dioxide and a 3-carbon compound during the Calvin cycle. A benefit of C4 photosynthesis is that by producing higher level of carbon, it allows plants to thrive in an environment without much light or water. And to conclude, plants are autotrophs, which means they produce their own food. They use the process of photosynthesis to transform water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide into oxygen, and simple sugars as well that the plant uses as fuel. These primary producers from the base of an ecosystem and fuel the next trophic levels. Without this process, life on Earth as we know it would not be possible. We depend on plants for oxygen production and most of all for food consumption.